Restas, Kremvase Azantes, welcome video lovers. This is Tac Nerd 1.0. What we've got here today is a little Milsurp magic for you. This is a Spanish FR-7 rifle, and let's get into it. The Spanish FR-7 rifle was developed in the 1950s based on the Mauser design. Now, this was actually a rebarreled 1916 Mauser, from what I understand. And these were made to meet the needs of Spanish military and police. It was introduced as a transition weapon. They were going to be going to the CETMEs, and they wanted something for police and military to train with until they got those. And as you can see from the front of it, the sights and the way it's set up, it's very CETME-like. So, and even has sights similar to the CETME, but it is the Mauser design. So they had all of these rifles hanging around, and I guess they just decided, well, we'll rebarrel some of these, and when we have them left over, we'll use them for trainers or for police. FR-7 was designed to fire 7.62 CETME. The FR-8 rifle, that was made for 7.62 NATO. Now, there's quite a bit of contention as to what this rifle can handle. I did find an article that I will roll in a picture of it here. It's from an old edition of, I think, Guns and Ammo magazine. When these were first coming into the country, some people tested these, and according to this article, they tested them all the way up to 90,000 PSI and still couldn't get them to blow up. If you have one of these, it's up to you what you decide to do. I found some reloads that I am loading for this rifle that are close to the original 7.62 CETME that I'm going to use. The rifle saw limited production with around 5,000 units being manufactured. It was primarily used by Spanish law enforcement and military units during the late 20th century. The FR-7 is often regarded as a hybrid rifle, blending older Mauser designs with newer technologies. That is true because, as you can see, it also does use this muzzle brake or flash hider, but it does have some more modern features. The sights are actually quite nice. It does have those nice CETME-like sights. 5-round internal magazine. It is not detachable. Barrel length is approximately 22 inches, and the overall is 43. Rifle purports to be about 9 pounds unloaded. Has a wood stock. It has iron sights, adjustable for windage and elevation. Key features of the rifle, as I said, it's bolt action, very reliable Mauser system. So what else can I say about this rifle? Well, first off, where I got this. Now, we'll get into this later. I'm going to make a separate video about it. I actually got this from Hunter's Lodge in Tennessee. And there's a lot of stuff on the internet about this place. Some of it good, some of it bad. My experience was bad. I would not suggest shopping from them. Now, I got out of this okay, but it took a lot of effort on my part. And I was pretty worried at one point I was never going to get anything. I have to be very honest. While I do recommend the rifle, I don't recommend where I got it from. And as I said, I will do a separate video about Hunter's Lodge and whether you would want to buy something from them. As far as the rifle itself, actually pretty beautiful. Now, collectors are probably going to hate this, but did I do any restoration on it? Light, very light restoration. We'll get you a nice good look at it here. Wood is actually quite nice.
That's what she said! Woo!
The barrel is quite nice. I looked at it. It has all the rifling. It's bright and shiny. No issue there. The action is good. It's a cock-on close system. Now, mine does have a slight stock repair right here. Looks like it was repaired properly probably in-house with wood dowels. So not too worried about firing it. Now, what did I do to this? I took down the wood. It's with a technique I learned from an old timer. You basically wet sand with boiled linseed oil. You wet sand with 1,000 grain sandpaper, and what it does is it kind of makes a slurry which fills in some of the minor imperfections and gaps in the wood, and it makes out for a very nice smooth stock. And then I took a bit of flitz to it, did some polishing there. You can see nice hard buttstock. I'll probably put a pad on there when I go to shoot it. Not that I really need it, but make the shooting a little bit more enjoyable. I did source. Now, I ordered a sling from them. I didn't care for it, the one that came in. I don't know if that was the original, but I did source an original FR-7 sling for it, which is this one, which, again, is quite nice. I was actually able to also source a bayonet for it. Unfortunately, I believe due to YouTube regulations, I cannot install this and put it on for you. That is unfortunate. But I believe I can include some pictures of the rifle with the bayonet installed, so I may just do that. Now, let's go ahead and test the trigger pull. Now, usually military rifles have a fairly stout pull on them, but this one's pretty nice. That is 5.5 pounds, which is not bad for a military rifle of this age, by the way. And that shows 6 pounds. So 5 to 6 pound trigger pull for a military rifle of this age is quite good. As far as the collectability of these, they're not really considered all that collectible, primarily because these were never used in World War II. Now, I'm not saying that probably a couple of them didn't find maybe into the French resistance or something like that. That could be possible. But pretty much these were used in Spain. The original configuration was used during the Spanish Civil War, and then this one was used for training purposes. Doubtful that the 1950s version was used in any sort of conflict. Because of that, general collectability of these is somewhat low. But I would say if you are a Milsurp collector, I would consider one of these. If you can get one, the FR-7s and the FR-8s are both, they're in a caliber that is quite readily available and can be loaded pretty easily to 7.62 CETME stats. So you should have no issue. You should have no issue with finding ammunition to shoot this if you want to go to the range with it. I suppose you could even hunt with it if you really wanted to. Now, mounting a scope on this, I would say that's probably going to be pretty difficult, and I doubt many collectors would like to see that happen, or would bother. If you did put a scope on this, it would probably have to be a scout scope and mounted forward of the action. I suppose you could take this handguard off and put one on there. I don't know that that's something I want to do. For me, this is pretty much just a range, something to fire at the range, or, you know, maybe hunt with. I don't know. If I'm feeling particularly saucy, I may do that. But I do believe as a collectible, it is quite nice. It's a nice piece of history, and it's an easy cartridge to get a hold of. If you reload, 308s are not hard to find. So folks, that is it. That's all I have for you. That is the Spanish FR-7 rifle. If you have any comments, questions, or requests, please list them down here in the doobly-doo, and I will try to accommodate as best I can. Please like, share, and subscribe. And if you could fire off a round at that bell notification so you can be informed when any of my videos drop. Folks, that's it. This is Tac Nerd signing out.